Brighton had a hand in developing it. The city has become a hothouse for new media companies with more than 800 firms. Global players like Disney have been attracted by the creative vibe and the high-tech savvy workforce. But the rapid growth is becoming a problem because the city is running out of office space with the right power and broadband facilities. Today, council leaders agreed to try to tackle the shortage, as our business reporter Alan Sinclair explains.
Brighton is landlocked. Putting up new buildings usually means pulling down old ones, but the city's future prosperity relies on attracting businesses and, crucially, holding on to them once here. In recent years, Brighton has become a magnet for high-tech creative industries, but the city is rapidly becoming a victim of its own success. Let's take a glimpse into the near future. This is me in a virtual world called Second Life, created by Linden Lab, one new media company thriving in the city. Here, new buildings can be added at the click of a mouse. Second Life started with just 3 staff in a tiny office 2 years ago. It's grown rapidly. The firm's already moved once to a larger office, but it's now full, and Jim Perbrick's computer-generated alter ego told me they're looking again for bigger premises.
I'm sure there'll be something that we can find that we can make do with, but certainly it would be good if there were more flexible facilities in Brighton that allowed you to grow rapidly as a technology company without having to constantly move.
Back in the real world, it's not just space these firms need. Many of the city's older office blocks don't have the required internet capacity or wiring to cope with high electricity demands. The offices that are up to scratch usually come with 5- or 10-year leases. Rapidly growing companies want more flexible terms.
I can see people having to move away from Brighton. It's great, isn't it? We're really successful because we're, partly because we're in Brighton, but Brighton can't carry our success almost, and that would be a shame if we can't fix that problem.
In an effort to avoid that, councillors today agreed a series of strategic changes aimed at making it easier for creative companies to come to and stay in Brighton.
Though it's not perhaps our largest business outlet, it is actually the fastest growing. So we need to ensure that we facilitate as much as possible, working with landowners and developers.
This is one part of the region's economy that's continued to grow despite the downturn. A new approach is crucial to keep up with its ever-shifting needs. Alan Sinclair, BBC South Today.
Boomtown Brighton. Do you have a character in a Second Life? I struggle just to fit enough into one life.
I would think so, and also seeing a lot of that virtual reality. That's sometimes the kind of the world that some of our football clubs have lived in the past.
Well, that's a very slick link.
Very good.